are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. We're going to be in room 1 so we can set your things down and then go get that weight. Okay, Mandy, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Here, I'll hold on to it.
Thank you. Ready? I bet not many people want to come in and gain weight, huh?
A couple of you. Let's go back to the room.
So I grew up with my sisters, my 2 sisters, an older sister, a younger sister, and a brother, and very close with my parents. We were a really close-knit family. We did a lot together on the weekends, went on trips. I was active in sports. I was a cheerleader, basketball player in high school. Got good grades, was on the homecoming corps, had, I think, a good amount of friends that I did life with. I was happy. Very happy high schooler. And then when I was 13 was when the health problems started. And I kept telling my parents I had a lot of belly pain and I felt sick every time I would eat something. And they took me to a couple doctors and the doctors kept saying it was just stress. And I remember my parents were like, how is our 13-year-old who is on the cheerleading squad, gets good grades, seems happy, stressed. I was 15 was when I got the Crohn's diagnosis, and I spent a couple weeks in the hospital because I had to have emergency surgery. And then after that surgery, my intestines leaked, which caused a very bad infection. So I ended up being in the hospital, I want to say, a month total. When I got back home was kind of the slap in the face, for lack of better terms, because it really hit me that you have a disease that's going to change your life. I had to quit the basketball team because I was so anemic that I couldn't run up and down the basketball court anymore. And that was really hard for me because I got to dress varsity as a freshman a couple times, so I thought that, oh, my sophomore and junior year would be a big year for me. But unfortunately, a part of Crohn's is that your iron and your blood levels drop frequently and pretty low, which causes anemia.
Here, Mommy, Mommy. Ready? Oh, I know.
Share.
It was my freshman year of college was when I started having issues again. So we went back to the hospital and I had another Crohn's blockage. So they had to go back in, do surgery. It was about 4 years I made it after that. I got sick again and was hospitalized, and this was my big stay. This was almost a year straight I was in the hospital. They ended up taking out my stomach because it was paralyzed, and more parts of my intestine, and then it was a lot of infections from surgeries. But I spent the better part of those next 4 years in the hospital than I did out.
Do you know what they're, a CT of what? What are
My
they?
chest.
Okay, because I don't see that we've got the order in there.
Okay.
But yeah, so if she puts it in stat, I can call and get you scheduled.
Yeah.
I met Dr. Chirica, and I cannot tell you how much she changed my life. And it sounds silly, but she, I don't know. I don't even know where to start with her. She is just on top of all my medical needs. I have been shooed away by a few doctors because of how extensive my case has been, and I appreciate that, but you kind of get nervous going to a new doctor thinking, am I going to be too much for her to take on because I have such an extensive medical history? And Dr. Chirica took me with open arms, and she still to this day is the best doctor that I have ever dealt with, and that says a lot.
Hello, how
Hi.
are you doing? Hi, Mandy.
Thank you, Mike.
Nice to
Hi.
see you
Yes,
today.
you too. How are you? I'm good.
Dr. Chirica will check on me the entire time I'm in that hospital via my chart. She will check on me daily almost when I am home. She will message me in the evenings. She will message me on weekends. She will answer my questions. She will order tests that she thinks might or might not help. She just literally will do anything to help me, and it takes a huge stress off my shoulders because like when I leave the hospital and they're like, will your doctor do this or do that? I have no doubt that she will. Like I just might chart her and say, my doctors need you to run these labs every Monday or order this test on this day, and it's in half the time within an hour. Like there's not many doctors that do that kind of stuff, and she always does it without hesitation every single time. I just feel like she's been like a family member almost. It kind of sounds silly to say, but it's so true. She's so compassionate. She doesn't rush when she's in the office with me. She is so thorough.
They look good. Do you get night sweats? Do you get night sweats?
The whole entire Mercy staff that has helped me has been phenomenal. They have made this process of being sick and being in and out of the hospital and offices so seamless. Like I said, I do not stress about going to see these doctors, and in fact, I look forward to seeing them because they have helped me so much. I'm just so thankful for the Mercy staff, so thank you.
I'll message you.
Yes, you have to.
Thank you.
Thank you. You are such a good
Okay,
patient.
so they'll help me order.
Yes, let's go in the front together and then let's help you getting that thing.